In 1977, San Bernardino was deemed an all-America city. There were plenty of jobs, many of them paid well. They were union jobs. Over the last 4 decades, it and the rest of Southern California's Inland Empire have fallen on hard times, with a slow but steady publicly subsidized shift to a largely non-union logistics and warehouse-based economy. In 2015, working people here organized as Teamsters and won. Over 14,000 public employees throughout the region became the new Teamsters Local 1932, and with it, the implementation of long-term strategic planning to overcome long-term economic destruction. Under the leadership of Secretary-Treasurer Randy Corrigan, Teamsters Local 1932 aims to transform the Inland Empire. While there are still plenty of jobs in the area, they don't pay well. They must be union jobs again. Our home community will become a place where working people and their families thrive. Local 1932 started this mission by bringing the organization to financial stability. The administrative and financial governance of the union was rehauled to bring internal capacity closer to its outstanding potential. Transparency was guaranteed through an executive board elected by members, with monthly reports delivered on financial statements and decisions made by the board. Local 1932 Union Hall became the headquarters for a stable and thriving labor movement. This financial and administrative strength went hand in hand with Corrigan institutionalizing training and education. Hundreds of members have attended training sessions for stewards, volunteer organizers, and/or Los Angeles Trade Tech College labor studies classes, creating a responsive and informed culture with the union, firmly rooted in the principles of Teamster power. The volunteer organizer training sessions have proven to be crucial to our mission. Members who go through Corrigan's training program have gone on to contribute to real growth for our union. Hundreds of working people have joined Local 1932 because they were guided by someone who knew what to look for and how to win. Working people in both the private sector and the public sector should be able to comfortably make ends meet at the end of the month. The public sector relies on a healthy private sector, and that health is guaranteed when working people can come together into a union. Our organizing is rooted in this fact. Teamsters Local 1932 is dedicated to bringing the union difference to all working families. Members in our volunteer organizing training sessions are leading the way. Since 2015, Local 1932 has also made it clear that Teamsters care. Whether it's sponsoring your kid's T-ball team or helping fund philanthropic activities that our members take part in, there's no denying the message is true. We're building new traditions together with annual Family Day picnics and family-friendly events for all members. We're standing together across the Inland Empire with family, friends, and neighbors. We're also leading the way in building power with small business against big business. In November 2016, Corrigan created the Teamster Advantage program, a shop local initiative that has resulted in partnerships between Teamsters Local 1932 and over 600 local businesses who have agreed to participate by offering discounts on just about everything under the sun to Teamster members. The goal is simple. The academic consensus is that the local economy grows faster and more vibrant when consumers choose local businesses. So Teamsters must shop locally. Teamster Advantage motivates members to do so and opens the doors to discussion on what an ideal local economy looks like. With this in mind, Teamsters Local 1932 has become an affiliate member of several local chambers of commerce. Through consistent involvement and the success of Teamster Advantage, Local 1932 has risen to such a degree of visibility that our union was invited to serve on the board of directors for the City of Redlands Chambers of Commerce. With Teamster Advantage, Teamsters Local 1932 has swayed the perception of organized labor for local small business. The union is not some outside entity, but an organization of more than 14,000 working people standing together for a better Inland Empire. Teamsters Local 1932 is also building relationships with academics from nearby universities, first forming an ad hoc think tank to create the intellectual space for experts to figure out solutions to the problems that plague our region. We cannot end our region's race to the bottom status quo without well-founded statistics that can articulate the pain so many working families feel every day. These academics recognized Local 1932's role in improving conditions for thousands, highlighting a first contract for 500 new Teamsters at the County of San Bernardino's Preschool Services Department and UC Riverside's State of Work 2018 report. Over time, these partnerships have produced significant results. In October 2017, our union gathered over 50 local elected officials to preview a UCLA-published policy brief written by these academics, detailing the irresponsibly large tax break given to QVC Incorporated by the Ontario City Council in 2015. Ontario promised to hand out tax breaks upwards of tens of millions of dollars for the next 40 years, with no job quality or number standards in exchange. In a presentation to the group, the academics presented a solution that has been implemented everywhere, from LAX to a port at the former Oakland Army base to Staples Center and all across America: community benefits agreements. By outlining guaranteed job quality, environmental, and quality of community living standards in a legally enforceable document, community benefits agreements commit developers and corporations to measures that ensure that communities will gain a fair share of benefits that come from the industry that calls us home. A survey of elected officials who attended the event reported that the information presented was a potential game changer for local policymaking, with many learning about community benefit agreements for the first time. With Teamsters Local 1932 on watch, local elected officials know that they'll be held accountable for any irresponsible tax breaks handed out to warehouse developers and the employers who occupy them. Fortunately, as the policy brief stressed, elected officials can also count on the union as a partner in the development of good policy that puts the interests and needs of residents first and an end to the transfer of public funds to bad actors. Since then, Local 1932 has put theory into practice by helping start a movement for community benefits agreement at an anticipated Amazon Air development at San Bernardino International Airport. The site was home to the former Norton Air Force Base. What was once a hub for thousands of good local jobs could soon be home to a crucial facility for Amazon's plan for one-day shipping dominance over our economy. Members have built a movement from the grassroots, going door to door to spread the word about the development and what we can do to guarantee good jobs and concrete community benefits. These partnerships with our neighbors, both union and non-union alike, led to several mass mobilizations throughout 2019 and into the start of the new decade. The Inland Empire is at the center of the American economy. The shopping needs of millions are fulfilled by the tens of thousands of workers in our region who are largely not getting a fair share for their hard work. Local 1932 is instead building a model for healthy economic development that can guarantee good jobs before development pops up. Local 1932 is being recognized by this work, with Corrigan testifying to a California State Assembly hearing on labor in the Inland Empire in March 2020. A brighter day for our region and its working families is guaranteed if we stand together both at work and outside of work. Each and every day, our union is growing. At the start of our union story, however, we knew it wouldn't be so easy. Big business was already planning for a deep cut in union power. In December 2016, the National Right to Work Foundation filed Janus versus AFSCME, a legal challenge against the right for unions to charge non-members a fee in return for all issues bargained for by the union. As the case made its way to the U.S. Supreme Court, Local 1932 hit the ground running on a mass campaign to recommit members to the union, educating them on the nefarious big money origins of Janus and its ultimate effects on labor if we don't stand together. By the time the anti-worker majority on the U.S. Supreme Court sided with the National Right to Work Foundation in July 2018, Local 1932 was solidly unified and since then has grown stronger since its pre-Janus days. Through the Janus campaign, our union's education efforts built stronger work sites with members seeing the value of Teamster power. Strong new contracts have been ratified. Strong leaders at work are leading the way. At the County of San Bernardino, long-running structural issues with the county-sponsored health insurance options was leading to bank-breaking situations for too many county employees. Since affiliation in 2015, Local 1932 began working hard to find solutions. Between 2018 and 2019, as county Teamsters began negotiating their first complete Teamster contract, members galvanized around the solution, Affordable healthcare made possible through the collective power of a Teamster Healthcare Trust Fund. Thousands attended our Affordable Healthcare Now rally for County Teamsters in July 2019. Together, we gathered for a secure future with things like retiree medical healthcare options on the table for the first time because of our Health and Welfare Trust Fund proposal. Ultimately, Local 1932 was successful in ratifying a strong contract that has allowed our union to begin setting the foundation for true affordable healthcare for our members. These struggles for working people and the subsequent victories are our union's calling card. It is what we take to all working people who remain locked out of the union difference. As our union enters the 2020s with 5 years of a firm foundation to support us, this long-term strategic planning will ultimately overturn the Inland Empire's downfall and keep our members' Teamsters strong. At the heart of our movement is an idea. What makes America great is when we extend a helping hand and work together. This is how Teamsters Local 1932 will transform the Inland Empire into an all-America region once again.